היי קום.
Hello.
אז אני יושבת פה עם קולם מקדונל, ואני איריס ברלב ממרכז יסודות בירושלים. And we're going to have a little conversation.
Yeah.
A few questions. So, Colm, you are a certified clinical somatic educator and a trainer for essential somatics.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about your background, how you came about to this?
Doing this work? Somatics?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was a youth, I did a lot of martial arts and I picked up injuries like everybody does. I had a groin injury, a back injury, a hip injury, all these sorts of things, and they put an end to my training, basically, and they carried on into my 20s, and I couldn't really get rid of them. They were just sort of things that were always there in the background, that very irritating kind of things that were in the background, which is what I've experienced a lot of people have. So I was always looking for something that would resolve these issues for me effectively. So I studied holistic massage, because I'd go and get massage and it would feel good for a while, and then I studied sports injury therapy, because again I had good, positive experiences working with people, getting those treatments. But I never really got a resolution of the problem. It was always like you'd feel good for a while, and then I had to go back and do another session with someone. And that never added up for me. I always felt like, there's got to be some way of looking after yourself that you don't have to go and see someone else all the time, because it's just very disempowering to have to be tied to another person to fix you when you have an injury like that. So I found Somatics kind of by accident. It was online. I was reading a blog, and someone had links within the blog to Martha's book, Move Without Pain. So I said, that's I'm kind of reading it. I said, this sounds interesting. So I found my way to Martha's website. I read what she had on her website about how the brain controls the muscle tension, and if you can change the muscle tension at the level of the brain, or by engaging the brain, you can have much better results. And so I was intrigued by this notion. So I found someone who was teaching somatic movement in Dublin, and I went and did, I went for a session. You go first and you're like, you don't know what it's going to be like, so I'll do one and see what it's like. So I did one, and she taught me arching. I can't quite remember. She definitely taught me arch and flatten, and probably the back lift. And I walked out and I was like, I have to learn how to do that. That's what we're missing.
You have to learn how to do
that.
that.
Because it's like, it was straight away. It was like my back, which was always like super tight. I walked out, I was like, oh my god, my back feels so soft. It's like, this is how I remember my back felt when I was a kid. Do you know what I mean? So when I was like young, it was like you feel free in your body. So I was like, wow, why doesn't everybody know about this? So I think I've done five movement classes with that, and I felt great. I felt really, really good.
Was that private sessions or group sessions?
It was a private movement class, so me and the lady who was teaching me, and I felt awesome after five of those. I was back in the gym, I was able to do everything I wanted, everything felt really good, nothing was a problem. So I thought, I've got to learn how to do this, because this needs to be spread around. People need to know how to do this. Because my favourite thing about it was she taught me the movements. I went home, I could do it myself. So it felt great when I left. I went home, I could keep that. I could keep it, and I could make it even better, because I had the tools myself. I wasn't tied to anybody. And I think that's the biggest strength of it. It puts you back in control of your body and of the outcome. So that was huge. So yeah, I felt like it would be a disservice not to try and spread this work around and get it more into the mainstream. It really deserves to be more well known, and for everyone to know like somatics the same way they know like yoga and Pilates and all these other things that maybe 25 or 30 years ago wouldn't have been terribly well known either. So it's just a case of it's a matter of time. So if I learn it, then I can teach people or work with people, educate them, and then they can go and talk about it. And then obviously being involved in the training of new clinical practitioners as well, just help to get the work out there.
Yeah, we can have an interview.
Yeah, we can do this. So it's been a really fascinating journey, and like it just felt like this is what I was supposed to be doing. It was like this is good use of not just my time, of my life. Do you know what I mean? So here I am doing an interview with you.
Great. So from your own experience, is somatic exercise suitable for men as for women?
Oh yeah. And I know, people do kind of have a little resistance towards it because it's slow movements.
Slow.
Yeah, and they think it's like yoga and so it's more for girls or whatever. But like that's really not the case. We're working with the nervous system, right? And we're teaching people how to release chronic muscular tension.
And we all have a nervous system.
And we all have a nervous system, right? If you're up and walking around, you've got a nervous system, and if you have a nervous system, you're going to have excess tension in your system. Because everything we experience in life, whether it's a positive or a negative thing, we respond to it by contracting. So let me give you an example. So you're driving along and someone cuts in front of you dangerously. You'll clench, right? Or there'll be some kind of a physical response to that event, okay? And we all have thousands of those events happen throughout our day or week or month. And we think, right, yeah. And maybe the event happens and the event is over, but we're still thinking about it. So we keep that anger or that contraction in our body. And that's just one example of how you can accumulate a little bit of tension. Other things could be you have this really stressful job, say, or maybe one of your children isn't well, or all these things that happen to people in life. Or you're in a bad relationship, or you've been overdoing it with your sport, or you had an injury, or you had a surgery. All of these things introduce more tension into the system. And what we need to be able to do is reduce that level of tension, because a lot of it is involuntary. We don't really realise that we're just slowly getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And if you get too tight, you'll eventually end up with restricted movements and pain over the long term. So some people, when they have sensory motor amnesia, which is where you have an accumulation of this tension that you can't release, for some people it just presents as they don't move as well as they used to. So they feel fine, but they couldn't do the same. They can't do the things they used to do as a young person. And then for other people, it does present as pain, whether it's back pain or hip pain or shoulder, neck, what have you.
And then we expect ourselves to age and be more restricted.
Yeah, exactly. There's a cultural expectation.
The myth of aging.
The myth of aging. So everyone's like, oh, that's just getting old. And it's like, well, is it really? Because I'm sure everybody knows there's this outlier, this one person who's old and still looks great and can do all the things they want to do. And you go like, well, if they can do it, then anyone can do it, right? So, maybe that person just was lucky with injuries and kept moving. Maybe they always moved. And that's great and cool for them. But for everyone else, there's this expectation like, oh, you're going to get old and you're going to get frail and fragile. But that shouldn't be the case. It shouldn't be the case. And if you were to practice somatics, you could age much more successfully because your movements would not deteriorate. In fact, you could get better at moving as you get older because you could practice, right? But if you don't practice movement, it's like anything else. You're going to lose that skill. It's like even if you acquire a skill as a kid, let me give it. Think of something. Playing a musical instrument, for example, and then you don't play for 10 years. When you come back to it, you'll probably still be able to play, but maybe you won't be as skilled at it, and it will take you some time to get back up to the same level you had. Same with movement, right?
So today we're very much encouraged to move, and to do sports, and to be to do what we like in movement terms, go to the gym or do some kind of movement method, or if someone's an athlete, he loves doing what he's doing, it's running or hiking or bicycling or tennis or whatever. And a lot of people still move but have a lot of pain. Would somatics help them in this case?
Absolutely. Because they are trying to do their activity through that accumulation of tension that we talked about.
Which is sensory motor amnesia. Yeah,
sensory motor amnesia. And that just means you have lost the ability to sense and move a particular muscle group or movement pattern. Amnesia, or forgotten, should I say. But it's on somewhere along the line you've just lost the ability to access those muscles, right? And sorry, I lost the train of thought. What was the question again?
So we're encouraged today to move and to do activities and to do sports and to go to the gym and keep ourselves fit and strong in our muscles and flexible.
All that good stuff. and that's all really positive, and more people are kind of, culturally, people are starting to exercise more.
But still experience pain.
But they still experience pain. So the somatics helps you to be able to do all those activities without the pain. Okay? Because most people, when you teach them first, you put them on the ground and you teach them a simple movement, and they soon figure out that they can't even do a very basic movement on the floor. Why is that? How would that person be able to do something more complex than standing or in their sport? They're not going to be able to do it if they can't do the basic movements. Alright? So for someone who does do sport, they can learn somatics, they can come for clinical sessions or go to a class. They'll learn how to control their back muscles nice and efficiently, their front of their whole body, muscles in the front of the body, the muscles to the side, rotation. They'll learn how to do all these nice easy movements comfortably and without pain. Then when they get up off the floor, then they can go and do their sport, and they can do it better. They can do more frequent movements and with more awareness of how they're doing it. So they'll be more skilled in their activity. So it's not that we would say to people that this is going to replace what you like to do. Because like you say, some people want to do something that involves really fast movements. Well, doing the somatic practice and going slow clears out all that tension so that you're relaxed. And when you're relaxed, you can then go and do more vigorous things better. And if you think about like all the best athletes, they make difficult things look easy, and they're able to stay relaxed when the pressure is high, when the competition and stuff. That's all. The best athletes, it's always it looks easy, right? Because they're relaxed doing it. But if you're not relaxed, right, and if you can't very concretely relax, if you don't know how to relax your muscles, you're not going to be able to perform whatever sport it is you're interested in at the level that you maybe would like to.
Yes. So let's go a bit deeper into how the somatic movement or somatic education really help us release our muscles. And why is it more helpful than massage, stretching, foam rolling, trigger point therapy, which is wonderful.
And
fascia therapy.
Absolutely, and all those things are great, and they all serve a purpose, but they're all therapy. They're all types of therapy, and therapy is done to you. You're passive, for the most part, you're passive in those things. Whereas this is education, so you're learning how to release your tension from the inside out, as opposed to from the outside in with someone with working on you.
So this learning process is involving movement.
Involving movement.
And a very slow and subtle movement.
Slow and subtle movement, but moving with awareness, which all sounds kind of vague, but really what we're doing is we're moving, paying close attention to what we're doing when we're doing the movements. And we start with, this brings us into pandiculation, right? This is the main technique that we use to regain that control of the muscles, okay? And it's not about being able to be, super forceful. It's just about allowing ourselves to sense the muscle group contracting. So we go, oh, I'm actually contracting that. And then once you have contracted it, there's three outcomes then. You can either contract it more, you can maintain the contraction, or you can relax. And that's the bit we're interested in.
Maybe for the first time.
Yeah, maybe for the first time, in a long time, right? So, that's the part. So when you contract the muscle, voluntarily, and so you're on the floor and you're focusing on your practice, you go, okay, I'm going to contract my back, I'm going to go into arch. Okay, I can feel that. Now I'm going to slowly, carefully release that contraction. That's a voluntary and deliberate relaxation of those muscles. So you're lengthening them out. And it's internally mediated, let's say. So you've done it from the inside out. Maybe the first time you do it, it's bumpy, it's not smooth. That just means you haven't quite achieve the control to do it smoothly. But within a couple of repetitions, you can smooth it out. And we just apply that principle globally then. You do to the back, front, side, rotation, all of those different areas of the body. And each time you're doing it, you're just learning how to move yourself more effectively, more efficiently. And again, that translates then into everything you do. And you'll be able to do those things.
I would like to ask you, as a male, how would you convince men who like to do vigorous things and like to feel the muscles burning to do a very, very slow and aware movement suddenly on the floor.
And it's going to be a challenge because they don't deem it to be of relevance to them. But men in particular, maybe they have really, like, okay, so you have a stressful job, you have a couple of kids at home, and you want to play your sport as well. You're going to have a lot of tension, excess tension in your body. By doing somatics, you're going to be able to do those things that you like to do better, and there's less chance of you getting injured. So you're still going to be able to do them. It's not going to replace them. It's going to allow you to do them better, recover more quickly, and just have better quality out of them. So that's, I don't think I'm quite answering your question though.
Well, yeah, I find it quite convincing. What do they have to do for that?
What do they have to do for that?
Yeah.
Learn somatics. And like it's not a huge investment. There's about, okay, if you really skim it down, there's about 6 movements that you could do that cover all the main patterns of movement that a human does, which is extension, flexion, lateral flexion, extension, and rotation. And if those guys even took those movements and learned them well and did them like twice a day for 2 weeks, they would see a difference in all their physical activity things that they do.
Wow.
And so I would say for someone who's not, is maybe a little bit skeptical, it's like do an experiment. Try somatics. Do it for a couple of weeks. Find someone skilled to teach you, and let them do a couple of 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening. Do that for 2 weeks. Don't do any stretching on top, because otherwise you won't know what you're getting the benefit from. Just do somatics for 2 weeks, and then go back and do your activities and see if you don't feel better. See if you can't do it with more ease, with more comfort, with more control. Yeah.
What inspires you to get up in the morning?
Spreading this. Simple as that. Spreading this, getting it out there, working with clients, and just making it, as I said, making it mainstream so everyone knows. And so that when someone falls over and hurts their back, okay, or their back goes out, the back, that the first thing they think of to do is to go and see a somatic educator. And that would be when I open in the morning, that's what I'm working towards, that everyone does that. It becomes that common knowledge, and that it just becomes part of our common culture, that people know if you have tight muscles you can't articulate, and then you can go about your day. Like animals don't stretch. I know we call it stretching when they're doing the thing, but they're actually pandiculating. We're probably never going to do it quite like them because we have intellectual processes, but we can borrow that from them. And actually, young kids do it. Young kids wake up in the morning and they go, it's the same thing, they're pandiculating, and then they feel great enough to go and play with their friends. But somewhere along the line, as adults, we lose that, because the alarm goes off and we've got to be somewhere, so we jump out of bed. And we lose that ability to just stay with ourselves for moments, contract, release, and then move on and get into our day.
Amazing. Anything else you want to share?
Try it. There's millions of things out there in the world and on the internet, and I tried all of them, right? When I had issues, and the only thing that worked and gave me long-lasting results was somatic education, because it gave back to me, right? I do it for myself, and that's the biggest one. You do it for yourself. You learn enough so that you can be self-sufficient, self-correcting, and you don't have to go in, unless you want it. Maybe you want to go and decide, great, but you don't feel like, I'll have to go. It takes that, puts that power back in your hands that you can look after yourself. So that would be the
gain back control.
Gain back control of your lives, your autonomy. Absolutely. Because there is all those other far-reaching things that come into it. Like, it changes how you see yourself when you know that you're able to maintain yourself without the help of anyone else. So it's quite freeing in that way. It's liberating, sorry, better word. Really liberating to be able to go. Because I'm like anyone else. I still get stiff and sore sometimes, but it's not a big deal. I just get on the floor and I spend 20 minutes and I get up and I feel much better and I can carry on. And that's priceless. Absolutely priceless.
Where do you see yourself in 20, 30 years.
Still doing this. Just, because that's something, we're moving into a sort of an age where maybe retirement's probably not going to happen for a lot of people, right? That's going to move. So I feel like I'm doing something now that I would be happy to do until I expire, right? So yeah, I see myself still doing this, hopefully still training, but maybe not with the guys if they're not here, but still training more clinical practitioners, still doing workshops, and maybe just producing more material to help get this out there. And overseeing, I don't want to say overseeing because it's not mine, it's everybody's, but being part of a bigger community maybe. Yeah, that would be it. Being part of that, and for there to be more people involved in it, so that we can take over.
Yes. Personally, I have to admit I am so privileged to be a part of this.
Oh, it's great to have you. Really, yeah. It's so much fun.
Thank you very
welcome.
much, Colm.
Thanks for interviewing. It was fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
תודה לכם שצפיתם. להתראות ויום טוב.